You are now tuned into FNL Radio.
Keep making noise! Keep making noise! Yeah!
Get ready for Real Talk Radio with DJ Dot.
3, 2, 1, go! It was a Friday night in the basement. Friday night. It's Friday.
You ain't got no job, and you ain't got shit to do.
Hey, what is up, everybody, and welcome to an all-new episode of FNL Radio. It is July 11th, aka 7/11/2014, people, and welcome to an all-new show tonight, everyone. Now, last week, I gave you a show on a Saturday, which is so different from, usually what our schedule is, because not only did I give you a show on a Saturday, but I gave y'all a show on a Saturday afternoon. Like, I gave you a show at noon, at 12 p.m. I was live from Philly. Me and Monique was on, doing the show, being ratchet, being crazy as usual. People giving you all the latest music news and entertainment news that you all need to know, especially with our own twist. But another thing, too, that was so epic last weekend was the fact that we had the long-awaited interview with Day 26 here on FNL Radio, and I appreciate everyone for tuning in. Shout out to David Dwayne, too, who got the whole thing together, too. I forgot to mention him and got to shout him out last week, but he definitely played a major part in making this all together. We traded emails back and forth and phone calls and texts back and forth trying to make this interview happen. We had a little... Actually, we recorded the interview because they weren't able to do the interview live, so we recorded the interview the day that their EP came out, The Return, which you can find on the docreport.wordpress.com. So we did the interview on July 26th. Not July 26th, June 26th. Getting my, far ahead in the month already, but did it June 26th. And what ended up happening was we had a little technical issues on my end here on FNL. We're trying to get the audio together, get Monique on the line as well to do the interview. There were just a lot of technical aspects that needed to be handled correctly. So, we decided to hold off on the interview for another week, and we did the interview, recorded the interview last week. And Brian Angel from Day 26, he definitely has a personality. Like, he definitely, brought the energy to the interview. He definitely, appreciated us for appreciating them for, always looking out for FNL and stuff like that in the Doc Report. So it was definitely a good look, a good interview. So you can check that on demand anytime you want to. There was a lot of tidbits they gave in that interview too. Like, if they return to reality TV, what really went down on Making the Band 4, what they really about that life on the show. New music, a lot of new stuff. It was a lot of interesting tidbits in there that we got exclusives on, people. So I'm telling you, when I say I got them exclusives, I really got them exclusives. So y'all definitely gotta check out the interview if you missed it. Like I said, check it out on Spreaker, on here, on FNL Radio, on demand anytime you want to, everyone. Another thing that happened last weekend too was I was in Philly, and like I said, and my main purpose for being in Philly for 4th of July weekend, because I was in Philly the week before that, it's doing the show in Philly as well. So doing the show this time again in Philly was because of the Beyonce concert. So Beyonce and Jay-Z concert, the On the Run tour, the Carters at Citizens Bank Park. It was the first time I ever been to a concert at Citizens Bank Park, because everyone knows that's the baseball field where the Phillies play. So the concert was epic. It was crazy. They went through all the hits. Jay killed it. I've been to each of their shows alone, by themselves. Now I've been to their own solo tours, but seeing them come together and do more than 40 songs on stage, and then come together on certain songs as well, and how the songs intermingle with each other, it was just like the production and just the visuals that was on stage. If y'all remember looking at their Run full trailer for that bootleg movie that's never ever going to come out, that was pretty much the trailer for the tour. It basically played off of that, and it was definitely a really good look. Like, the tour was so epic. Like, I'm not even lying, people. So there's a lot of people that's going to hate, that's going to say, oh, Beyonce, Jay-Z, da 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 da. But I'm telling you, like, they really deliver a show. Like, I'm telling you, hands down. I'm still, even a week later, I'm still, still amazed by it, and looking at the footage on my phone that I took, it's just like, yo, this is like one of the best concerts ever. Like, if the best concert of our generation ever, of this generation, of this decade, the 2010s decade. It was on some next level shit for real. So definitely they get a clap bravo for that show for sure. Another thing too is, now, if you didn't get to see the tour, because it's a lot of people came up to the tour, to the Philly. I saw a lot of friends that haven't seen it forever. So it was a really good look to see everyone too. It's kind of like a little mini reunion there. And my sister, she's a Beehive fan, so she was happy. Me and her are Jay fans as well. My mom, I even took my mom to the concert because my mom loves Jay-Z and Beyonce as well. So just seeing, making it a family affair. There were other people that was, bringing their kids there as well. Family situations, all different colors and different types of people. It's just amazing when a different group of everyone can come together for a concert. So it was really a good look. I will say though, people have been getting on Beyonce for being fathish in a sense on stage, because she is a mother to Lil Blue Ivy, who finally got her hair done for the 4th of July weekend too, so she get a clap bravo for that too, with a little 2 puffs on her head. But anyway, so the show was actually really it was very sexual, it was very adult in a sense, it was very violent, and the main topic of the screen before the show even began, it says, "This is not real life." And then towards the end of the show, I'm not going to give everything away because if you haven't seen it yet, I'm pretty sure y'all been on YouTube, but there are those people that still like to be surprised by the element of it all. It ends saying that this is real life, and that's all I'm going to say, because you'll see what I mean by this is real life. But then even just Beyonce even broke out and did Ring the Alarm, and she hasn't done that song since the I Am tour from back in the day. So, and Jay, like I said, ran down all the hits, and like I said, how they songs just interpolated with each other. It was just so epic. So, if you missed the concert and you haven't seen it and it hasn't hit your city or anything like that, there is going to be an opportunity for you to see the show, because if you have HBO, and if you gotta get the bootleg, man, hook up your cable real quick. In September, they're taping their shows that's going to be held in Paris, and they're going to be showing the shows on HBO. Now, the Carters are no strangers to HBO. They both have done stuff on HBO before, where Jay premiered his Picasso Baby art film before Beyonce had her Life is But a Dream documentary on the network, on the station. So, they definitely have a good relationship with everyone there at HBO. So, it's going to be a really cool thing to see that happen later on this year, this fall. A nice little thing to look out for, people. So y'all definitely, if you haven't seen the show, you missed it, you definitely will want to see the show. Now, another thing too is, we didn't really get to see anything about we're looking if there were some celebrities there at the show too, and I'm also going to tell y'all a little something right now as well, because I'm a little under the weather. So if y'all hear me sniffling and taking breaths and stuff like that, I'm under the weather because it's damn pollen and this allergies and stuff like that. I know, even though spring is past and everything like that, allergies are still a major product in this environment right now, people. It is what it is. But I'm still going to do the show. And shout out to Monique too. Monique is still at work right now, so Monique wasn't able to call in, but we definitely going to hold her down tonight. We're going back to the concert real quick now. At the concert, Kevin Hart was there and Meek Mill were there as well. So, in Philly, there's always going to be some celebrities. We was wondering if Nicki was going to be there, because Nicki was in Philly at the time for the 4th of July concerts at Ben Franklin Parkway. Also, Jennifer Hudson was there as well. So, they weren't at the concert. But, the show was good, though. Amazing show. Like I said, y'all will have your opportunity to see it on YouTube, or if you want to see the official quality footage of it, that's going to be better than the one on BET Awards, you can watch it on HBO coming this fall, people. Now, Solange wasn't there at the concert. I'm pretty sure she doesn't get an invite anymore to anywhere since she went to act the fool. But Solange recently covered the August issue of Lucky Magazine, and we haven't really heard her talk much about the whole elevator incident where she mollywopped Jay-Z in the elevator with her hardened purse and kicking her heels at him and whatnot. So she addresses the incident, and she also talked about a few other things too. Now, about the elevator fight, She said, "What's important is that my family and I are all good. What we had to say collectively was in the statement that we put out, and we all feel at peace with that. We've always held each other down no matter what. That's something I'm drilling into Jules now, who's her son." And she, I kind of like that she really didn't say much about it, because they want to leave that mystery, because, they're going to make a good movie about these couples, about this family one day. All the drama that goes along with this family, they're going to have a good movie one day. So I would like to wait until the movie comes out or the book comes out where we get all the drama and the real dish on everything. So that's what I'm really waiting for. So I don't blame Beyonce and Jay-Z for not saying anything. I also don't blame Solange about saying anything too. Especially because, I just, it is what it is. And it's a family situation. It is a private matter. And they are an open family, though. They are open to the public. So they are open to having people pull at little pieces of what their private lives are like. But, it is what it is. And you really can't, really can't drill them on that, Some people need their privacy. And you always known Beyonce to be a private person. Because, look how long it took for us to actually see wedding footage of Beyonce and Jay-Z at the concert 12 years later. So, that's how their family has always been. So it shouldn't be a huge, surprise that they're not speaking out on this. And they shouldn't be surprised that it's not going to come out at all. Now, Jay may say something about it in the rhyme, on the next album or something like that. But, hey, it is what it is. So, but she also talks about a lot of things too, about how she got into the music industry, how she was touring with Destiny's Child, why she moved to New Orleans and whatnot. So it's a good interview. She talks about a lot in there. But this person that we always talk about on this show, and he's been in a lot of drama as of late. It's all started last year. Well, no, I think not even last year. It started really a while ago when it came to the light that he cheated on Celestine, aka Mama Tina, aka Tina Knowles, with some old random chick by the name of Alexandra Wright. And what is her name? Alexandra? I forgot. I know it was another thought that he was messing with, because he been out in these streets for a long time, allegedly. I don't want to get sued, but allegedly. Because remember, Mathew Knowles did shut my other website down once upon a time, so I'm not going to really talk too much mad about him. But anyways, so he was really on the whole situation where he was dotting around in these streets, and he shot the club up, not the girl up, and that messed up the marriage between him and Celestine, because they've been married for a long time. So, that made Beyonce not mad. That made Beyonce mad at him. That made his other daughters mad at him, Calendria and Solange. They were mad at him. So now Mathew, we already know he has 4 kids, because there's Kelly, Beyonce, Solange, and that little boy, Nitson, or whatever his name is. But now it could be a 5th child added to the mix, people. But here's where the drama is really going to get into play, because this is where there's some hood ratchet foolishness right here. So a 30-year-old woman in Houston, her name is Takoya Branscombe, and if y'all see her pictures, people online, she is the thought. And I'm not saying the thought in a bad way, but she a thought in probably a good way, because she was doing splits and stuff. So hey, any man that see a woman do some splits and she can drop it, dip it, dive it low like a good girl should, you will hit it too. So he basically got up with old girl in Houston, shot the club up. So now here's where it's coming into play. So she, according to BuzzFeed, the 30-year-old woman is claiming she gave birth to his love child back in 2010. The same exact year that Alexandra Wright had Nitson. So back in May, she filed court papers demanding Mathew to take a DNA test to prove that he fathered their alleged daughter named Coy. And she's a real estate agent who used to be a dancer, quote unquote. We know how that term is loosely handled nowadays. But she's so sure that he's the daddy that she's also requesting child support and attorney's fees. And also, she it's just a lot of foolishness, because Mathew don't really pay up for all his child support and stuff, because we talked about this on the show before, because Alexandra had to move out her California home into a homeless shelter, and now she's living in a trailer home. So I guess Alexandra and this Takoya girl can come together